Hey, what's up, y'all? I just went to the 1122 men's prayer morning here, June 3rd. And it's a series that goes sometime in August. I don't know. It was super cool. It was super packed. Still accessible, though. So I was a little concerned that there would be like too many people. There wasn't. There were plenty of places to sit. Super good vibe there, all that. One of the things Pastor Joby talked about, we went through Mark chapter 13. I can't remember the verses, but it was about, well, we'll figure out what it's about later. I can't remember. But the thing that was brought up was basically like there was a good crash course in raising your family. There are some really practical tips like my son's 3 years old. How do you raise a disciple? You pray over him every morning, or excuse me, every evening. Let him ask questions, or let them ask questions. You can sing psalms over them. You can pray psalms over them. I thought that was super practical. Some stuff that I'm not doing. I'm praying over him every night, but I'm not. I'm not like going through psalms. And he was saying that if you think of different stages of life, right, like during elementary school times, the kid is going to be more focused on you. This makes sense with like developmental psychology, that you're going to be their primary influence, and then around about like 4 or 5, the influence of the parent starts to drop, and the influence of the peers starts to go up. So around middle school time, you need to get your kid around like other kids that share. Basically, you could think of it, if you're agnostic or atheist, like share your own values, like share your character. But like if you're a Christian like myself, like you that are godly, you want to get your kid around other godly kids. Then he was saying, and I hadn't heard this before, he was saying around high school, um, you want to make sure that your kid is around adults that share your values. Pastor Joby was like, you want to make sure your kid is around godly adults. Cool, makes sense. But like if you're hearing this and you're like, all right, well, I'm not a Christian or whatever, like um, think about like the people that are in your community currently, that you would want like your high school child to be around, because they're people of good character, they're trustworthy, they have integrity, good judgment, like people that you want um, your children to be influenced by, right? And then after high school, he was saying you can start giving, like material, other people's material, to to your children, to like think with them and sort of like think together, form their own thoughts on some things. So I thought this was super cool. Like I always want to make the things that we talk about here on this channel definitely like centered in Christ and centered in God, because I'm a Christian, right? Like that's like my mission and whatnot. But like I've got a ton of friends who aren't, and people who are watching who aren't Christians, and they're like, I'm not really called to that or whatever right now. So I want to make it accessible for them too. And it just got me thinking, like, okay, like at the core, I need to surround myself now. I need to build the relationships now with like men and families that are of good character, of good values, that can help guide my child later when I'm less of an influence, and that have children themselves um, that I find to be like really good. And a lot of the guys that I've interviewed on, actually all the guys that I've interviewed on the podcast so far, have been those men that I really respect, that are good men, and then that also have like good children as well. You know what I mean? So just it spawned a thought there of like, my influence is going to drop, and I need to make sure that I'm doing the work now, um, so that when my kid is less influenced by me, they're still like, my values are still carried over, and shared with other, like shared through other men with my and other people, like with my child. So So yeah, I just want to share a quick thought there. Super, super awesome. It should be available online. The like live stream of the event. So check that out. 11:22 on YouTube or something like that if you're interested in that. Otherwise, yeah, hope you have a good day and be bold, be brave, be strong, stand firm. All right, that's it, guys.